welcome back to our Firebase authentication with provider. So let's get started. And in the last video, we have created our UI with our 3 text fields and a register button here. So now let's make it work. And the first thing we're gonna need is to import our provider. The second thing we're going to need is a foreign key global key. And how do we do it? It's simple. And one more thing that we're going to need is all the information of user data. So we're going to pass all the user data information, ID, name, password, and email to our sign up screen. And how to do that? So that's pretty easy, right? And now we're going to need to insert this column into our consumer because here we are passing a change notifier. So it has to be called. But the first thing we need to do before insert the consumer into this screen is going to, let me close it here, and going to the main activity. So let me explain here one thing here. Why do we need to call the consumer here? Because the provider on the user authentication details gets all the information and sends to all app, and then after send to the main activity, it will send to all application. So we need to call it here first. And how do we do it? It's pretty simple with MultiProvider. So let's get the material app and let's wrap it with a widget. And the widget is going to be a MultiProvider. Like I said in the first video, there's a lot of types of provider, so I think you should check the documentation and see what is the best for you. So we're gonna call it providers, and here we're gonna call the change notifier provider. Why am I using change notifier provider? Because I want all the information in real time. So when any information changes on the user authentication details, it will send to change notifier provider. So it checks all the time. So when a user sign up, I want to be notified. When a user sign out, I want to be notified. When the user sign in or to check if the user is logged in, I want to be notified about it. So let's go to create, and then we're gonna pass an empty context because we don't need it, and let's call our user auth user auth, and that's it. Now we can use provider in all classes in our app. So let's go back to sign up screen, and just below the single child scroll view, we have a child that is a column. So we're gonna cut this. Let me get the column. Let me see. So Command X here, if you're using Mac, Command X. And just right here, we're going to insert a consumer. Yeah. So if you see here, there's a lot of consumers and there's a lot of providers, but we're going to use a simple one. And in this consumer, we're going to use user auth. So it gives an error because we didn't import it yet, but let's do it now. So the error disappears. And here we have to pass a builder. So the first thing in a builder is a context, so we don't need a context. And let's name it user auth, and then not a constant, not an empty context. Remember, it's not a 1 underscore, it's 2 underscore, right? Let me take this comma away. Yeah. And now we're going to return the column that we have cut it. And close it. And let me see if everything is right. It seems it's right. But remember that we have created our form key. So we're going to call the form key upon the consumer. Let's create a widget, wrap it with a widget, and the widget is a form. And the key of the form is form key. And after that, let's run our app and see if everything is working, because it causes some mistakes, I don't know. Yeah, we really, it works. And now we have to create controllers of our text field, like the name text field, email text field, and password text field. But I think you already know how to do this. And we have to create a lot of text input field and things like that, but it will make our code pretty ugly. So I don't want to do this because we're using consumer and provider. So I don't want to do that. So, and how do we do it if you don't want to make things like that? I'm gonna show you, and you're gonna be so amazed with a simple thing that you're gonna learn now. So let's go to our name text form field. So just right in the end of our text form field, we have a method like once saved. So this is pretty nice. And we have created here our validator called name. So we pass name here, user, that we already have imported up here from user data class. Let me go there. Oh, where is it? Where is that? Here. So user.name. Remember that you are getting this information from user data class is equals to name. Yeah, so we're saying that the name saved and type here like Flutter. This Flutter name is equals to user.name. So user.name that is gonna be saved in our Firebase Firestar is the same as name typed here. Did you get it? So let's copy this and do the same things in every text form field. And now that we already have done it, we have to create a method to send and register the password in Firebase when the user press the register button, because it happens nothing. So how do we do it? First, let's check if the form key is validated, if the user has typed everything. So if form key dot current state dot validate form key dot current state dot save user auth. Where this user auth is coming from? The user auth is coming from, oh, it's coming from here, from user auth. So let's go back and sign up. Oh, sorry, sign up. We want to call in the sign up method just right here. So the user data is going to be user. If everything works all right, it will send us, it will pop. We don't we don't have a login screen now, so let's create a new Dart file, sign in, screen. Let's import material, let's create a stateless, login screen. So now we can call it here. Navigator dot push. You can create your push or all the push name, whatever you want. I'm just making an example here. If everything works right when you're success creator user. And so it won't have a loading bar or anything like that because I want to make it faster, right? And you already know that. Yes, so if everything works right when the user registers here, it will send us to the login screen. And let's see if everything is right. Okay, and won't fail. Let's just print narrow up here, and let's get the arrow type. Fail. Yeah. That's it. But if we run our app now, it won't work. And why? Because we didn't have created our Firebase data. We don't have insert anything from Firebase in our app, and vice versa. So let's create it now. So now we're going to Firebase console. Let's go to console. Okay, so now we're gonna create a new project and we're gonna name it, you can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna call it Firebase Auth. Oh, no, Flutter Auth tutorial. And we don't need the analytics now, so let's create a project. And let's add an Android app, so it's asking us for our Android package name. So we go here on source, main, Android manifest, so this is yours, package name. Base here, you don't need to set anything here or here. Just register the app, download the Google Services.json, just show it on Finder, and this is one, so we drag and drop here on app folder. Oh, okay, app folder, and yeah, it's refactor. That's it. Let's close here. Let's go here. Next. So we have to add some dependencies. Let's copy this class path. Go to build a Gradle and insert in the middle of them. Then Google Services. If you don't do this with Google Services, it will crash. Trust me. So we're gonna insert it just up here. And next, and continue to console. So now that we have our Firebase here with our app on it, we go to authentication and first steps. I think you already know how to do it, but if you don't, it's pretty easy. So let's activate the email and password. Is this first one. Let's go to Cloud Firestore. I already have a video showing how to use real-time database in Flutter, but now you're going to use Cloud Firestore. So create in the mode test, in test mode, and choose whatever you want, but I'm gonna pick this one. Activate, wait a second. So I think everything is good to work right now. And now let's check if our app is registering the users into Firebase Firestore and saving their name and email in our Firestore cloud. So the name I'm gonna insert here is going to be Fluttery. So the email I'm gonna insert like flutterapp.net. I don't know why I did it. And the password is gonna be 123456. So let's check if it works. Oh, why didn't send this to, let's open here on success. Sign in. Oh, we didn't call it on success here, so that's why they're not sending us, because it's being registered here. So let's insert after this on success. Yeah, so I'm gonna install it here. Yeah, I will delete it again, and reopen the app. So the app has been reinstalled, and let's see if it works. Let me insert it here so we don't have nothing, and let's say my name is Chris and the email is everybody hates, it's wrong, hates Chris at gmail.com, and the password is 123456. So we're gonna register. Let's see it. Yeah, so it worked because we are at our login screen, and let's see if it's saved. Yes, everybody hates Chris, and we have the UID user. So let's go to Cloud Firestore, and in a Cloud Firestore, we have the previews of preview users that we have created. And yes, we have the email everybodyhatechris.gmail.com and the name Chris. I inserted wrong. So it worked, and I hope you had enjoyed this class, and I see you in the next video. So in the next video, you're gonna have the login screen. So see you.